Hi guys, I wanted to show you a tip about how to clean a larger data set automatically for most of the dirty data, and instead of having to spend a lot of time on that. So let's take a look at a dirty data set. I'll be using a chocolate favor preference study for that. So just bear with me for a second, I'll take it up. So here you can see a data set with about chocolate preferences, different tastes, and you have a lot of data here. You can see that there are certain data cells here that are empty. So it has a lot of different data that is missing. So the cleanup here is a quick way to do the cleanup of this specific data set. The answers we have is from 1 through 5, and the major issue is that we have a number of data cells missing, and we have a lot of different rows, so it's going to take a lot of time if we are doing this manually. So what I'm doing first is to say, all right, so if we have cells missing, what are we going to do with them? In this case, we decided that we will put in the median. So the first thing I do here is to input a formula, which is generating the median number for all the numbers in the column, and you can see here it's called equal median, and then parentheses that covers all the data that's needed. So that's the formula you need to put in order to get the median, and then in order to extend it to all the different rows, basically you just double click on this one, or you can drag it out like this, and then it's in all the other cells. So now we have the median in all the different cells. All right, so that's what we want to fill in all the empty cells. Now the trick here is to do the quick cleanup is actually to make a copy of the data set in a separate area. So over here, you can see that I've copied the same top, the same titles as we had over here. And in order to get the clean data in here, I've used a formula, an if formula, that is basically covering all the different cells in this area. The formula is simple, a very simple if formula. So what we're saying here is that if the data in this one is, let's say, smaller than 1, which means it could be 0 or empty, then it puts in this cell, which is the median, right? So it's the median you can see here at the bottom in row, I can see it here. That's the median we're using. So if there's nothing here, so it's less than 1, we put in the median, right? If it's not less than 1, it puts in A4, so it puts in the original content, right? So with this simple if formula, then we can get the cleaned up data in this one. So either if it's not empty, if it's good, it puts in what's there. If it's empty, it puts in the median. And then basically, we cover this to all to the full row, and then we drag them in and put them in to all of them like that. And there you go. Now you have a clean data set. Now we have the medians here as well, so I'll take these ones out. So now we have the clean data set, and that took very little time. Now, before you can actually use them, what I actually recommend is that you do a third thing with this one, which is basically translate all of these formulas into value. So you have a value instead of a formula. So if you go into this one, you can see you have a formula, but in order not to mess with the formulas, you translate that into a value. And this is what you do it. So if you have a lot of cells, you just press the bottom right cell like this. You go up to the top, hold down the shift bottom, so everything is marked. I do copy. And then I actually put the data in a worksheet. I call that clean data. Put it in here, Control V. And then I go to that input box and I input it as value, right? So now you get all the original data in a clean.dot format. And this is the type of data. So this data here is now clean, and that is the data set we import into Minitab. So that's it. That's the quick and dirty way to do it, and not spending too much time on the actual manual cleanup of the data sets.